Hello and welcome back to Fabio's Fabulous Reviews. I'm Fabio, and today's video will be reviewing the Samsung Bespoke Washer and Dryer and Pedestal set in the color of brushed navy. So I've had this beautiful washer and dryer set and pedestal for the last 6 months. So I want to give you a review of how much I've used in the last 6 months. So I have washed and dried clothes over 300 times each. On a weekly basis, I'm washing anywhere between 11 to 15 loads, and I'm drying 11 to 15 loads on a weekly basis. We wash uniforms, we've washed daily clothes, bed sheets, towels. We've washed some sneakers. I'll show you how we used the drying rack for the sneakers. You have some intimates that we also wash, and why the drying rack is a good use for that, and things like baseball caps that my son likes to use a lot. So the washer is pretty large. It's 5.3 cubic feet of ultra capacity front load washing. It fits when I do my comforters, my 2 kids comforters for a twin size bed, and my queen size bed comforter, all in one wash. They come out pretty dry from the spinning. It does has an AI Opti wash, which it can tell how much soil level there is, and it dispenses automatically the amount of fabric softener and detergent it needs. So that way you don't have to put too much or too little. Now the Bespoke electric dryer, it does come in 7.6 cubic feet of ultra capacity. It's not the biggest one out there in the market. It is one of the biggest ones for Samsung. I used to have an 8.1 cubic feet, and it was a competitor's one, and I've seen out there also in the market competitors going up to 9.1 cubic feet. As for the AI optimal dry sensors that it has, it does really good. It doesn't heat or dry more than it needs to. It senses if there's any moisture. I have noticed when it comes to sheets or comforters, those are things that are big and they start twisting and turning inside and tumbling, that it may take either another dry cycle, probably doing it in normal or high heat, not using the AI feature because it'll still detect that it's nice and warm. Use normal or timed, and it'll heat it up completely and keep that clothes nice and dry. Or if not, you're gonna have to dry the sheets or the comforters separately. That way it can completely dry everything. The next item I want to discuss is the optional purchase item of the 27-inch laundry pedestal with storage drawer. It has its pros and it has its cons. Obviously, the biggest pro is it elevates your washer and your dryer. One of the cons that I can mention now is when you do put your washer and dryer, mind you, the washer is much heavier than the dryer, but when you do put it on top of the pedestal, you have to adjust the legs. That way it doesn't vibrate when it starts spinning. And that goes too also for the dryer. Now the Bespoke washer is amazing. It has a lot of product features, as you can see there in the background that'll be playing. But one of the nicest things it does have is that brushed navy color look. Now the main feature that it has is that smart dial. With that smart dial, you can choose the type of clothing you want to do, from delicates to normal to heavy. Control the speed. You can child lock it. You can even turn on the drum like if you want. Now you can control the dosage of fabric softener and even the dosage of detergent. You can even control the concentration of the item. The best next feature is that automatic dispensing fabric softener and detergent. Let me tell you, it is the best investment you can do. I don't know how much detergent and fabric softener I will spend on a monthly basis, but this will control the amount of detergent and fabric softener it will dispense. It's as simple as removing the little cap, pouring in the item, and as soon as it fills up, close it back up. And then the next time you need to add any more fabric softener detergent is when this display on the washer tells you it needs to be refilled again. The other feature that I actually like is the swirl drum design. It rinses out the water so much by the time you put it to the dryer, it barely has to dry any of the wet clothes. Now, to maintain your washer at an optimal level, you do have to do maintenance. It is required that every 2 months you remove the filter. It's a process of removing a tube, pouring out water, which take about 2 minutes, almost about 2 cups of water that'll pour out. Twist off the lint collector, make sure it's clean, wash it, put it back on, close the lid. Also, you need to clean the antibacterial gasket, and also you would need to clean the dispenser of both the fabric softener and detergent, and requires you utilizing a brush and stuff. And finally, the washer will display when self-clean is required. Is usually after 35 washers or so. Now we move on to the Bespoke electric dryer. It's 7.6 cubic feet of ultra capacity. Again, it's not the biggest one out there in the market, as I mentioned before, but it has amazing features like the smart dial, which the turn of a dial, you can choose any type of fabric you want to dry. You have next the AI Optimal Dry. This is a sensor inside the dryer that detects how much moisture is in the clothes, the amount of clothes you have there, and the amount of heat it's going to provide to dry your clothes. The other great feature is the steam sanitize, which obviously helps you sanitize your clothing. It prevents odors, it prevents wrinkles. Also, it helps with the anti-static feature, so your clothes don't come out so staticky. Now, the dryer itself has a drum light you can turn on or off. I will tell you, if you turn it on, it won't stay on forever. It will turn off eventually. Now, for those of you who dry delicates, the dry rack is the best feature, and I'll explain how. When installing the dry rack, it's real simple. These notches that are protruding, they will go to the back of the wall of the dry cleaner where there's some little indentations where they will rest on. Now, the back of this has like a little tongue which will connect to the groove of the lint collector, as so. And that is that. Please note, you won't be able to remove the lint collector unless you remove the dry rack, since it's connected where the handle is. And finally, we move on to the Bespoke 27-inch laundry pedestal with storage drawer. Now, there are two other models out there. You want to make sure that you get the 27-inch one, which is going to be for the Bespoke washer and dryer. Now, the main benefit for this pedestal is that it does elevate your washer and dryer over a foot in height. That, to me, is the only and biggest benefit to this. It does consider this a storage drawer, but you will see in a few seconds that only certain sizes, heights of laundry, detergents, liquids, bottles, whatever the case you may put there, will fit in that pedestal. It's very inconvenient. I wish it was a little bit higher, or I wish they made certain laundry products smaller. But as you can see, even in the picture that they have on their website, they have small items that they put in there to display, and I will show you now. This picture for me is what a pedestal storage unit should look like. It should have all the products you need for doing your laundry. The detergent, fabric softener, detergent pods, scent booster beads, bleach, and pre-wash spray. Now, you're going to see that none of these big items are going to fit there, and you're going to have to rearrange the products just to make some of the stuff fit. But in the end, any big product for laundry is not going to fit there, and you're going to have to place it either on top of your washer or dryer, or keep it somewhere else where it's close enough for you to utilize when washing your clothes. Also note, when installing the pedestal underneath the washer and dryer, you're going to have to put these little brackets on it just for aesthetic purposes. so it covers the metal as shown. Now, Fabio's rating for this Bespoke Washer and Dryer and Pedestal set is a 4 out of 5 stars. Now, the reason why I'm going to show you now is both the top parts of the washer and dryer are very flimsy metal. I know I had stated before, if your detergents don't fit in the pedestal, put it on top of the washer and dryer. Well, obviously my recommendation for you is not to do it, based on the photos I can show you there, that they do dent when you place anything heavy on top of it. Now, additionally, it took me 4 returns for the pedestals to get ones that were not damaged. For some reason, the packaging comes very minimal and your pedestals will be damaged. Additionally, on top of that one, I recommend not to buy the pedestals at regular price. If you pay attention to the Samsung website, there are times when they give you the pedestals at 50% off. And that is a great time to buy 2 pedestals for the price of one. I highly do not recommend you buying it at full retail price. They have specials throughout the weeks, throughout the months. If you can wait, that's when I recommend to buy it, when it is 50% off. Now, the shipment of my dryer came damaged on the side of it. Again, the metal or the aluminum, whatever they use for this washer and dryer, is very, very weak, flimsy per se. And so my dryer came damaged. I had to order another one. They switched it out. But as you can see from the top of the photos that I had shown you, the back of the dryer came back a little dented, and then the other one in the front is from me placing a detergent bottle on top of it, which dented it. Now, overall, it's a great product. I didn't mention, but it's one of the best features is the Samsung Smart Things, that it alerts you when your washer and dryer is done, when you need fabric softeners. You can stop it. The thing it will not do is it won't remotely start your washer and dryer. I believe that's just because, as a safety feature, it's to prevent anything going in that you're not aware of. Another thing I did notice is when you hit the on button or the start button, they are very sensitive in the sense that if you do not touch the actual I guess outline or drawing of the power button or play button or start button, it will not activate. And since the outline of this power play buttons are almost white or light gray in color, if you do get the washer and dryer Bespoke silver steel in color, you may not be able to see that power start and pause button, as compared to the brushed navy that is here on this video. Once again, I want to thank you all for watching the video. Please like and subscribe. If you have any comments, please leave them below. I hope to see you soon and be safe. Thank you.